Yeah, got you. That's brilliant. Excellent. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is well. Hope you've got your resistance bands. This looks a bit like a blow-up mattress, but I promise you it's a resistance band. You don't need a resistance band. If you've got a wall, that's good. If you've got a little bit of a lightweight, that's fine. We'll be able to adapt to what we're going to do. We're going to work a little bit more on upper body, a little bit more on lengthening the front of the body and the back of the body. Before I forget, if I forget at the end of the sessions, for our Zoomers on Tuesday after the class, so we do the normal new start now 8 to 8:30. I'm just going to put 20 minutes after the class. If you want to, you don't have to, but just for the Zoomers, because we haven't really met, it'd be nice to do like introductions. I know some of you came to the class on Saturday, but just introductions, just to say hi, who you are, and then if you've got any particular questions on these particular classes that we're working on. So just do 20 minutes after the class on Tuesday morning for the Zoomers. Right, let us find a standing position. I will swap camera and make sure I can see everybody. And we will start, everybody here okay? Yep, good. So we'll start off just by shaking. So hands, use the legs. So again, a really good way to warm up, using the legs to pump energy around the body. Let the shoulders relax. Really pay attention to just letting those shoulders go as well, because we quite often hold a lot of tension in our shoulders and our neck. So just let those shoulders relax. If you're comfortable with it, I'll show you from the side. Just knock the heels into the ground. So if you can see there, just knocking the heels into the ground. Again, if we're thinking of running, we're told that heel striking is really bad, which, yes, if you're overstriding and crashing into the ground and really putting the forces in the wrong place, then yeah, it's not good for the body. But actually, just to get those heels into the ground in this standing tall position is good, to get that vibration, particularly through the shoulders. Again, you can hear it in my voice. Shake it out, shake the legs out, shake the arms out, move around a little bit. Get rid of any tightness or tension in the body or in the mind. And then just slow it down. Take a moment just to bring the feet a little bit closer together. Let's center ourselves by popping our hands on our belly. You can just close your eyes for a second. See what it feels like. Feel that energy, blood flowing around the body. Let the shoulders relax down. Feel the strength through the feet, through the heels. Bring the breath into the center of the body. Nice, ready. Wide stance. Now by wide, go as wide as you're comfortable with. So you might be comfortable just here. If your legs are feeling a little bit nice and open a little bit, you can go a little bit wider here. I'll show you from the side. You just want a little bit of a give in the hips, so you've got that slight tilt forward, but we want to keep this long spine here. So really focus on the strength of the spine, that spinal alignment that is slightly tilted forwards. And I'm going to mirror you. So we're going to shift everything to if I'm mirroring you, to the left. So go to the left, so that right leg straightens out. And then bend the knees in the middle as you come back, and then shift to the right. Left leg straightens out. Imagine you've got a mirror in front of you, so you could put your hands there if you wanted to, just to slide. So we're not rotating at the minute. We'll start rotating shortly, but you're just sliding. Keep low, keep your center of gravity low. It's a bit like miming. Slide. So now let's go with the flow of that. So slide across. Slide across. Make sure you Straighten that leg there, good. Smooth, 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 slow. Remember with these movements, we're not throwing ourselves from one position to the next. We're in control all the way through it. So imagine you're ice skating, you're pushing, driving, driving. Now we'll add some rotation into that. So keeping the spine long, when you go to the left, you rotate and look to the left. When you come to the right, you rotate and look to the right. Just let the arms swing. Slide. And then you can speed it up a little bit. Nice and easy. Really feel the flow of the movement. Keeping that spine long, you might get a few little creaks and crunches and cracks. Obviously stop if you get any pain or if anything hurts. The breath, just natural in and out through the nose. Keep going. Just watch that we're not getting this. I'm exaggerating, but I want that spine long. So you still have a nice long spine, so we can really create that rotation round the spine. If you can get a little bit lower, you can challenge yourself a little bit more. Get a little bit lower so you're really using the legs and the hips. Keep going. Let me just have a quick look there. It's looking good. And then just slow it down. And then just walk the feet a little bit closer together. Give the legs a bit of a shake out. Staying with that spine rotation. When you're ready, step back out now into a nice wide stance. Pop your hands on your thighs. So again, if you see me from the side, you're in this position here. So you've got neutral spine. I'll keep to the side here to show you. We will look over our right shoulder. So you're just rotating and looking over your right shoulder. And here I want you to breathe into the back of the body. So just feel the breath going deep into the lower back, into the pelvis, and then come back to center, and then look over the left shoulder. And again, you might feel one side different to the other, breathing into lower back. So if I'm mirroring you, you're looking that way, you're breathing into your lower back. Watch that the shoulders aren't hunching up. You can use these legs for support. Use your legs for support. Breathing in. So we're holding a position but not the breath. Then back to center. And then rotate the other way. So you're looking over the right shoulder. Breathe into the back of the body. You can take slightly fuller, deeper, slower breaths if you need to, or you can just feel the breath natural, but breathing into that back of the body. And then let's do that with a sort of like a flowing movement again. So you rotate and rotate, center, rotate, center, rotate. Center, rotate. Center, rotate. Keep going. Let's do a couple more. One more each side. Keep the spine long, lengthen the spine and rotate. and then back to center, then come back up to standing. And again, just shake out a little bit. If you need to shake out, move around however you need to move around. I feel we don't pay enough attention. I know I certainly didn't when I started practicing and started getting into fitness. We don't pay enough attention for the rotation, and we need rotation through the body in everything we do. A lot of exercise is very much in that sagittal plane, which is just forwards and backwards, but we actually need to work on rotation and flexion and extension. So talking about flexion and extension, another little practice that we haven't done before. Grab one hand, so you've got one hand behind, one hand on top of the other hand, and we're just going to reach up. So you reach up over the head, so you get a nice long lengthening, opening through the front of the body. So you just think of opening up the whole front of your body. Now I really don't want this to be a stretch as such. I want this to be a lengthening. And then I'm going to show you from the side. From here, we need to tilt with the hips. So we tilt from the hips. Now I want to make sure that we don't push the hips back too far. So I want to get to the point where you are hinging at the hip, where you get to the point, and I've got quite tight hamstrings, so you get to that hamstring point there, and I don't want you to force through there. So when you get to that tightness in the hamstring there, then you can let the knees soften, and we just roll down, and then you bend the knees, push through the legs to extend up. So it's not a stretch as such, it's almost like a wave action. So top of the movement there, hinging at the hips but not sliding the hips back too far, so that's quite challenging. Get to the hamstring bit there, yeah, I can feel that. Let the knees bend, let the spine roll. When you get to here, use the legs to push you up. So there's no wobbling, there's no throwing yourself around. Nice stretch, nice strengthen, lengthen, tilt forwards. Watch that spine, keep the spine neutral. When you get to there, let the knees bend, let the spine roll, come back up. Let's do a few of those just in that really fluid flowing movement. So it's not about looking fantastic and having this massive flexibility. You need strength as well as flexibility. That's what creates resilience. So lengthen the front of the body, lengthen the back of the body. Let the knees soften when you need to, let the spine roll, let the head and the neck relax. Keep going, a couple more like that. Keep that flow going. Breathing easy. Extend. Keep going, let's do one more if you all got one more in you. And then rest there, it's good. So again, I really want to get away from the idea of pulling and hoiking and stretching. So all of the movement that we're doing is very much fluid, and there's a lot of flow to that movement. There's a lot of strength and there's a lot of power. We're not just hoiking ourselves, throwing ourselves around. Let's go to our nice, slow squat. Slightly different position with the hands this time. We'll do almost like coming down with the fingers. Then it's almost like you're picking something up, and then you're just reaching up. And then, so we'll just bring some arm movement into that squat. We'll keep it nice and slow. We've done the 10-10 squat. I'm not going to count this time. Counting is good to really challenge, but I want you to, again, to go with the movement and go with the flow rather than me counting, but we'll do it as slow as possible. What I'd like you to do is go to the point where you feel comfortable. So again, it's thinking of endurance, and endurance is being able to sustain a movement or a pattern or an activity for a long period of time. So you want to go where you're breathing easy. If your breath starts to change dramatically, if you lose control of the breath, or if you get any pain, then you stop the movement. That's not the purpose of this practice. And you go as deep as you're comfortable going deep with. So I want you, even if we get to here, notice when we get to here, my spine is still long. I'm not doing this. So that's different to that one. So I'm dropping down, I'm picking up something from the ground, and I'm bringing it up above my head, and then I'm dropping down, picking something up, holding it above my head, dropping down. Good, keep going. Nice and smooth. And you might be able to get a little bit deeper, so you can still challenge yourself, but challenge yourself within the limits of your easy breathing. The breath is controlling the movement. Slow, slow, slow. Slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. Slow it down. Go as slow as you can. Slow, 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 slow. It's almost as if I want to be looking as if I'm watching a slow motion movie. That's nice. That looks really good all on the Zoom there. It looks excellent. Again, when you're coming up, use the legs rather than throwing yourself up. So make sure you get to the point where you don't have to throw yourself up off the ground. You can get to the floor and then you can use the legs to drive you back up. Keep going. Unless the breath changes. So let's do a couple more of those if you're comfortable with that. So we're really working on strengthening the legs. And this is brilliant because it works the whole body. Keep the spine long. You should feel quite warm, because although you're not doing a fast movement, it's quite a powerful movement. Don't worry if you get low, because we're not lifting a weight. Don't worry if we get low and you're not in that neutral spine position. That's fine as long as you're not having to hoik yourself off the floor. So as long as you can use those legs to drive you up, open you up, that's great. And then we can just, after this one, nice big circle with the arms and take a little rest there. That looked great actually. Zoomers, shake the legs out again. Let's see if we can find a wall. I have a convenient wall here, and we're just going to work a little bit upper body. So if you can find a wall comfortably, if you can't find a wall comfortably without seeing me, watch it first, and then it's something you can practice, or you can practice when we're not doing, when you're away from the session as well. So with the wall, we're literally going to do like a push with the wall. So here, take your hands so they're about shoulder height, and step away from the wall as far as you are comfortable away from the wall. So what we're looking to achieve is your standing posture. So we know we've got our standing posture, hips, center of gravity of the rib cage, head balanced. All you're doing is taking that standing position, hinging at the ankles, and taking it forward. So you're in this position here. Watch that the shoulders don't hunch up. So the shoulders are set back and down. Now from there, all you're doing is lowering yourself. So you're lowering that standing posture down and then pushing back up. Now start easy. Watch that we don't get chin leading or head leading. You're literally just lowering and then coming back. So lowering. And it's like you're pushing the wall away. And you can take the time, you can make it really slow, and you can put as much tension as you need through your arms, through your hands. So there, and then you can push slow, 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 slow. Make sure you've got a stable wall. When you come to the top of the push, make sure that the shoulder blades and the shoulders, everything sets back like that, so that we're not hoiked and tightened up here. So you actually come nice and strong through the shoulders there. And again, with the breath, you're just breathing easy in and out through the nose. So everybody starts push-ups on the floor, out of breath, straining. You want to start where it's easier to do. Again, if we're focusing on endurance, we could do this all day, maybe not all day, but endurance is about a sustained period of time doing a movement. And that's your foundation of moving with ease, with flow. And that's what at least 80% of your movement practice or your training program should be endurance. So you're moving with ease, but it's not easy, and you're actually creating a really good training effect through a very simple movement. So if we've all got the wall there, just a couple more. Somebody's hands, so I see somebody's wrist. Yeah, so that's great. Shake the wrists out. It's a good point actually. With the hands, it's always good to get them nice and warmed up and shaking first. And if you think with the feet, with the hands, make sure that you've got them nice and stable. You're using that heel of the hand as well on the wall there. So yeah, take a break, shake out the hands. What is interesting as well is you might have the strength in the body, but it could be the wrists that go first or feel weaker first. And that's there when you need to strengthen the wrists, but also that will change the breath as well. So that's just to be aware of that. Shake out the hands, shake out the body. So we do very, very basic functional movement. We've done squatting, we've done pushing. Now we're going to do some pulling. So with the pulling, you can get what looks like a blow-up mattress, which isn't. If you've got your resistance band, now this is really simple. Again, you don't need loads and loads of kit or anything like that. The easiest way to do a pull with the resistance band is, I'll show you from the side, is to obviously get the length right, so you've got the same length each side. I'll just come back a bit so you can see there, and then just step on the band. So can you see that I'm going to knock everything over there? So step on the band, so you've got the band comfortably underneath the feet like that. And then what we've just done in terms of that full body stretch, that full body flow, is the same type of thing with the hips. You might want to just curl the band around your wrists, and then you're just going to hinge forwards ever so slightly from the hips. Watch that you're not taking the hips back too far. So get to that point almost where you feel the hamstrings kicking in there. And then if you want, you can bend a little bit in the knees. So you can give the knees a little bit of a bend, set the shoulders back and down, and then you're just pulling those elbows back and then down. So you're just pulling it up, pulling those elbows back. Watch that you don't hoik that chin forward, so that spine always stays long. Keep that spine long. Keep the slight bit of tension here, so don't just let everything flop here. So go to the point where you still feel a slight bit of tension there, and then you're just pulling and pulling. And again, go with the rhythm, go with the flow. Pull. Nice and strong through the feet. There's loads of different positions and loads of different things you can do with the resistance band. This is just a nice starting point. So with the push and the pull, we're just looking at very easy starting points here, but it's stuff that we can develop over the next few weeks and then go back into what we were doing a few weeks back when we were doing our crawling presses and everything. This is just going to help to prepare and strengthen the body so that when we revisit, for those of you who've been with me since May, revisit those crawling presses, we've really actually built some strength and resilience through the body. So a couple more like that. It's nice and easy, breathing easy. And then take a rest there. Get rid of the resistance band. So you don't need to buy heavy weights or anything like that. If you have got weights, you can do exactly the same. If you have a weight, so you could just get into that position there, you could tilt forwards, a little bit of bend in the knee, and you're just using, I'm just using one here, but you could use two, or you could have shopping bags, 2 shopping bags, exactly the same. So you've got weight in. You could have uneven weight, because again, when we're looking at functional movement, we're not doing exactly the same thing each side of the body. And what we'll do over the coming weeks when we're developing this push and the pull is we'll start doing things like different positions when we're on the wall. So this is nice, you can do this, so you're getting that rib cage moving in different ways and everything as well. So that's what we'll develop over the next few weeks in our movement sessions. In the breath sessions on Tuesday, we'll continue with developing some of our breathing work, our breath work, and looking, as I say, to really help us move more freely without tension, without stress, and without overloading the body. Brilliant. We will finish there, as I say, on Tuesday for the Zoomers. If you want to, you don't have to, but just after class, so 8:30 to, sorry, I keep saying 8:30, 8 to 8:30, we'll finish the class at 8:30, but then we'll do just 20 minutes introduction if anybody's got any questions. It might be 10 minutes, so I'm not saying it's definitely 20 minutes, but we'll finish well before 9, so I know a lot of you need to get off and some of you have work to do, get off for 9 o'clock, so we'll just do that on Tuesday if you're around for that for the Zoomers. Have a great day, have a great weekend, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all hopefully next week. Take care, bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.